We begin with the S&D shadow, Miriam Dalli. Miriam, please.
Thank you, Chair, and I want to start straight away by welcoming Madam Corazza-Bildt's report. I believe it highlights some of the crucial issues noted in the Commission's implementation report on the EU's directive to combat child sexual abuse online. But there are a number of issues that I would like to bring to the fore on behalf also of our group, the Socialists and Democrats. First of all, our group would like to highlight something which we consider to be extremely important. There is nothing whatsoever pornographic about child sexual abuse material. Abuse is abuse, sexual abuse is sexual abuse, and we must call it by its name. To continue to insist on calling child sexual abuse material child pornography is a major insult to the thousands of victims of this heinous crime. And we have heard this directly from victims, social workers, NGOs, children's commissioners, parental organisations and also child advocates. And I have been asked by victims of child sexual abuse whose abuse was uploaded at some point or another on the internet to ask you and ask this committee to stand up for them, give them a voice, and we make sure that the abuse they suffered is referred to as abuse and nothing else. My second point. While I welcome the report, I feel that the report needs to deal more boldly with primary issues. For example, I question what is the point of a criminal check on persons who do not have a direct interaction with children, such as, for example, programmers and travel agents. Whereas I believe that it is imperative that all persons who interact or have authority over children are checked for a criminal record. Now, I understand that all of us are concerned about child sex tourism, as also highlighted by MEP Moody in her FEM opinion, but let us be clear. This kind of business happens unregulated, it happens on the black market, so to impose a criminal background check on all travel agents, in my view, will not tackle the issue that the call sets out to face. My third point. Getting a member state to block child sexual abuse material instead of enforcing a takedown means that the material is still online, and this will contribute in a very large way to the abuse. Without enforcing takedown from ISPs, an act that is punishable by law if not complied with in many member states, re-victimization continues because the abuse is still there, it is still online, and it is there for people to see. So we should stop on insisting on blocking measures. If we want to truly help victims, then we must empower them with the rule of law, which involves the judicial process and the ability of redress. Takedowns are rule of law, blocking is not. And in our view, victims deserve way better. And my final point. Victims outnumber perpetrators. So I would like to see a bigger effort to help empower victims. And this can be done in a number of ways, one of which would involve ensuring privacy to victims. If we had to look, for example, if we had to look at Germany, we can see that the number of calls to hotlines decreased after the country's introduction of data retention laws. And this is something that we should not overlook. We must remember that anonymity is there for victims too, and they use it for a reason. Therefore, we cannot end up in a situation where victims end up not calling hotlines and speaking out because they feel that their privacy is not safeguarded. So to conclude again, there will be other issues where we will be presenting amendments, but I wanted in this short intervention to focus on these main areas. I thank the rapporteur once again for her report, and I hope that during our shadows meeting and through the tabling of amendments, we will together come up with a pragmatic, effective compromise which will take into account the needs of victims. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miriam. I understand you'll be doing more amendments, but you gave us the key points, which was just was very good for today because of time as well. So thank you.